Amanda Seales can't be seen as confident, and she's more seen as conceited and arrogant and stuff like that. And I see her as somebody who's pro-black, who knows her heritage, who knows where we've been and where we need to go, and is doing her part, contributing to black people. But yet some of us see her as like a stuck up bitch. And I kind of feel like it's because she light skinned too, and she's cute, you know, like she got that good hair, quote unquote, you know, like a lot of people fucking hate on her. I love her. I don't love her, but I love her.
Who's hating on Amanda Seales?
Anybody who talks shit about her. All the people in the comments. Those two people I told you to listen to. Abba and
but one of them's light skinned. So you think?
No, they're both dark skinned.
No.
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Well,
Abba is not dark skinned. One of them is dark skinned and one of them isn't.
I know who you're talking
He's
about.
not.
Okay, but he's not light skinned.
I would consider him light skinned.
He's lighter than me?
No, he ain't lighter than you. But you're so light, you could be a couple of shades darker than you and still be light skinned. Because remember, Ludacris is light skinned.
Yeah, but he's not as light as that dude.
I think him and Ludacris are
really.
Actually, I think he's a little bit lighter than Ludacris.
But anyway, that's how I feel.
The only other person that I know of publicly, like even before all of this, that said something negative about Amanda Seales is Tariq.
Light skinned to you?
Is Tariq Nasheed? This dude.
Who?
What's his name? I don't know what his name is.
Who's Abba? The tall one's Abba.
Yeah, the Etrian looking dude.
Yeah, you think he's light skinned?
He looks light skinned to me. Well, Tariq Nasheed is probably like, I don't know. Put in him. Is he light skinned? But he said something about her not being attractive, and that really bothered her. I don't know what. Tariq Nasheed, yeah.
Okay,
well,
yeah, he's brown. He's not dark, but he's brown, like the other guy. I wouldn't call this light skin at all.
No, I don't think he's light skinned.
Light skin is Shamar Moore. Light skin is Amanda Seales.
Okay, so this is really interesting.
Angela Yee.
This is very interesting because guess what? You're an old school person, and there is a new version of light skin, and I just learned this not too long ago. Actually, did you know that?
I'm in right now.
We're so off topic, but I was talking to a very good friend of mine, and like, you know, when I grew up, and I was talking to a couple of people because I just kind of like survey. When I was growing up, there was light skin, there was dark skin, and what I called regular. If you were just regular, like I didn't have a classification for it. I just kind of had it at 3 different classifications. So that's what I always saw it as. Well, apparently there is brown skin, and brown skin doesn't mean like India Irie brown skin. Brown skin is a subcategory of light skin. It's the deeper light skin. I'm confused. I don't really know all the subgenres, but there was this different little, I was looking at this girl's video, and she had like a chart of different skin tones, and they like labeled all the skin tones of your brown skin, your light brown skin, your dark brown skin. I was just like, wow. Okay, it's complicated.
To me, like this, with categories like this, it doesn't apply. It applies to people who feel that way personally. So Erica, to you, Tariq Nasheed and Janae Aiko, are they the same complexion?
I don't think so. They're close.
Okay, who's lighter? Close.
I think Janae is.
So
lighter.
She is light skinned.
But that doesn't mean that she's not light skinned to me. So it's like this.
You just said light. She's
no. Just because you're her color doesn't make you. She's not the same color as Faith Evans. So I feel like they're both light skinned. But if you want to include Ludacris, who says he's light skinned, which I didn't know he was light skinned, but he said he was. If you put Ludacris and then you put Faith Evans, they're apparently all light skinned. I didn't know that. I always thought people that were the complexion of Faith Evans were considered light skinned, and then If you were deeper than that, you're pretty much regular. But that was just, I never broke it down. I didn't care to break it down. I didn't really care. But this all came up because my girlfriend, who is what I would call regular, was at she's considered brown skin. So she considered herself dark skin and in the dark skin family, and she said that other dark skin girls said, no, you don't go through what we go through because you're brown skin. You're not dark skin, you're brown skin. And she was taken back by that. And I was like, just learning. I was like, okay, I had no idea. I thought brown skin meant dark skin because I grew up with India Arie and her song Brown Skin.
I think brown skin just is capping all of anything brown. So we're this is my opinion. In my opinion, when India Arie says brown skin, she means from dark to light, which is like dark. Gabrielle, what's her name? Sebede, or even the characters on Queen and Slim, to Janae Aiko and Faith Evans. She's encompassing all of us as a black people. That's how I interpret India Arie's brown skin. Now on some class and cultural shit, you know, brown skin to me was more like, you know, when Mexican people, when they would say, oh, they're brown skin, or even Native Americans and shit, or even, you know, Middle Eastern.
It's a video if you play it. So I don't think you listen to the lyrics of Brown Skin if you think that, because she is talking about her skin tone, and she's talking about, I don't know where mine ends and yours begins. If you are of her skin tone, that's the only way that's possible.
Not really, because that could encompass somebody like Faith Evans.
If she's holding Faith Evans' hand, she will know when her skin ends and Faith Evans begins.
To me, that line means more ancestral, not like. To me, I'm interpreting her lyrics as that being ancestral.
Do you know what the song's about?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the song about?
Black love, brown love, everybody who's brown complexion. That includes light skin. That includes.
Do you think she's talking about women or is she talking about a man?
She's talking about a man.
Okay, thank you.
That's why I said black love.
All right, so anyway, there's this video where she talks about...
Who's she? That's her?
No. Oh. This video that I showed you, this chart where it kind of breaks down...
Cool chart.
What's considered... Well, this is actually just for makeup. This is a foundation shade match. And so she's this girl who is a millennial is breaking down, okay, who's considered dark skin and who's considered brown skin and who's considered light skin based on this with this chart visual. And I was just like, wow. And then all the subgenres, you're light brown, you're medium brown. I don't know. I've been told that my level of I guess judging people is skewed. So they said I'm off. So I'm not a good person to tell who's light skin or not, because I never really cared that much.
You're critical too, but go ahead.
I'm critical of what?
About everything.
Well, this is a judgment. You look at it and it's oh, is this person light skin or dark skin? And or are they regular? I only have 3 categories.
To me,
but I'm more of a deeper pigment. I have very melanated skin. And I consider myself dark skinned, so everybody lighter than me is almost light skinned. I'll even say almost light skinned sometimes.
I wouldn't call you, in my opinion, dark skin. I would call you brown skin.
See, this is I don't know. It's just very hard for me. I'm skewed.
I'm not.
The other reason why too is because people's complexions change. We live in Los Angeles where it's sunny all the time. When I moved from the Bay Area where there isn't hardly any sun, my complexion was definitely a lot different in the Bay Area than it is here, because I spend more time in the sun. I have more sun. Actually, too much sun. I didn't like it. I didn't like being in the sun all the time. I have a lot of sun damage. But what the hell is sunblock? Light skin will heal.
But do you think that affects like your personality? You know what I mean? Like
my skin tone affect my personality? Yeah. No.
Will affect other people's thoughts of you, because if people like I do feel like people hate on Amanda Seales because she light skinned.
I haven't seen any of that quote unquote light skin.
She could be brown skin too. Whatever you think.
I think
she's not dark skin.
I don't think people dislike Amanda Seales because of her skin color. I think they dislike her because of her mouth. She's abrasive. She gives information abrasively, and I think that people have a hard time, maybe because she's a woman and she's giving information. She maybe people will think that she's a know-it-all, and maybe they treat her that way because she's a know-it-all, and when she says something like a little bit inaccurate, they do jump down her throat.
Yeah, she's human.
Yeah, she's human.
We all make mistakes, and she said that before.
I think she tells.
Take an L. She took L's.
I think she tells some great stories that are very entertaining, and it's fun to listen to her stories. I probably wouldn't take life advice from her. I wouldn't take history lessons from her. I believe she's an actress and a singer and a comedian, and that I would pretty much watch her content with that in mind, and her purpose is to entertain, and she definitely does that. So, yay for her.
I mean, she does have some good IG stories.
Yeah, she's a great storyteller.
I remember she had one of I remember she was playing basketball, and then some white dude came and just bum rushed her off of the court. Was rude to her, and she caught feelings about that. And as a man, I just felt like I wish I could have saved her as a man. You know what I'm saying? If anybody told me that, I would have been pissed off about it. But it was cool to see her vulnerable and share that. She didn't have to share that. Obviously, she could have kept that shit to herself. But it really affected her, and that's what she is. She's transparent as far as her personal life is concerned. But yeah, she's an entertainer. We as regular people, what are we supposed to do? But those two YouTubers affected her so much that she talked about them on Breakfast Club. So,
but she also talked about
ordinary people could affect celebrities. People.
No, but not only that, she talks about everybody who said something about her. She also talked about Tariq Nasheed on the Breakfast Club because he said she was unattractive. He was going in on her, and he said he did say she was unattractive, not in those exact words, but he did say it. And then he did a response to her Breakfast Club interview, and he got it backtracked, and I'm like, well. But it was, I think she just rubbed him the wrong way with whatever he said. But I thought that was interesting that bothered her that much, because, it shows that she's human, and she isn't necessarily a know-it-all. She's a girl, and she wants to be loved, and that's all of us girls. So
she wants to be loved.
Yeah, she does. Because that really bothers her when just like the other dude, whatever he said about her, it bothered her. We've never even heard of these people, and who cares?
Yeah. And it bothers both on the same party, because they talked about it on their YouTube channel or whatever they fucking call it. You know what I mean? So,
but
it goes both ways.
But I do believe she likes it when people talk about her, whether it be negative or not, because that means people are talking about her, and that gives her even more content. So, I mean, it's a win-win.
Puts fuel to the fire.
Okay. She takes me as somebody who probably likes it when there's drama going on around her.
I guess. I mean, she does look like she likes to have to pass on information. Right? Who doesn't? I like to pass on information, but if it's wrong, I gotta take an L and say that. Especially if I have as many followers as she has, and it's in the public eye, and I would have to be like, yo, I was wrong. I gotta take that L. I gotta let people know. Do research. You know what I'm saying? Don't.
Yeah, she does say that, and she actually says that. That's what I recall her doing. Is she says
she's done it too.
She says do your own research. So
situation, yeah.
So I mean, I just don't understand the beefs. Like, and it seems like, well, I was gonna say most of the beefs are with men, but like she had a beef with a woman, but it wasn't really public. But she made it public, like the publicist and the whole black Hollywood party. Like,
I feel like that would have came out if she never said that, because it would have been like, yo, do you see? Because everybody saw it. Actually, there. Did you see Amanda Seales not, or did you see her get kicked out of the party?
Well, so this is the thing. Like, she's very clever, and she is, well, I would say, calculating. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but she knows what she's doing. Just like she made a story, or she had a story about a white dude who was rude to her on a basketball court or pushed her off a basketball court. Now she has a story about a white woman who kicked her out of a black black party. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure, you know, she's very specific with her words and how she states things, and it makes her entertaining.
I don't know. I think she's great. I think she does a lot for us. I think she's doing, you know.
What does she do for us?
Like, I think as far as entertainment wise, she does a lot for us. I think her having that black game show and tour that she does, and her having a book out and the music she's put out, and, you know,
I've never heard
her as an entertainer. I think she does a lot. Huh?
What's her music? Tell me about her music.
She used to go under Amanda Diva. Is it Amanda Diva? And I think the last thing she did was she was on Q-Tip's, I think, the Renaissance album, I think. And she sings and she raps. She's an MC. Like,
what kind of singer is she? Like,
well, she's not like the best singer, but it's more like, but it's like jazzy. It sounds like if Erykah Badu couldn't do vibrato, like, then that would be Amanda. But she's okay. She's just not the best. One of my jazzy flow.
One of my favorite stories is the one when she was a part of Floetry.
Oh yeah, she did. She tell that one.
Now, did it go down like that? I don't know, but it was definitely an entertaining story.
Did you hear, what's her name? Another one side? God, Marsha. Did you hear Marsha's side?
No, what did Marsha say?
She was on Breakfast Club talking about, I think she's on Breakfast Club. One of those shows talking about.
Did she talk about it? Did she talk about her?
She talked about it.
What did she say?
I think, did she talk?
Because I don't believe Marsha would even respond or acknowledge her at all.
I think she said something. I think she said, like, I don't know. I can't remember. I want to say that I remember her speaking like I'm not gonna speak on that issue. It just wasn't cool, and then that was it.
Yeah,
because she goes in on her partner, her original partner. She goes in on her, but I don't think she went in on Amanda.
I don't know.
I gotta watch it over.
See, that makes me feel like it wasn't that big of a deal.
It was big enough to get kicked off.
No. I'm saying like, okay, she probably did just like she was just brought in just to continue on with the tour, but not like she was a real member. Does that make sense? Yeah, like I do agree, but like Amanda was making it seem like she was a part of the group and she wasn't. Like she was more than that.
I didn't get that.
And Marsha not even acknowledging it shows that she didn't mean anything to her. You were just a stand-in until I can launch my own career.
Her career was already launched. They just did this for
her solo.
It was already done. She had like albums out and mixtapes out. They just did this for nostalgia for the people. This happened like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
so she's already.
Well, then why is Amanda going on saying and there were people who were turning their back on me, and like if you're just a stand-in, like who cares?
On the Floetry
and and if, like you said, if they did it for nostalgia, then why didn't you have the original members there?
Because
I'm sorry. Well, I was saying members as in everybody included.
Because they had
members.
Beef.
Yeah, I know. So
she explains it on the show.
So yeah. So they had beef. So it wasn't really for nostalgia. So she was just a stand-in, and like, why are you? I'm not surprised people were acting like that. I would be like that.
She was a stand-in because I think they were in the middle of the tour. So when the other one, I forgot her name.
But she doesn't tell it like she was a stand-in. She says, "I was a part of Floetry. I was a member."
I don't remember that.
She does. That's the way she's telling the story, and she's saying that she's getting treated bad, but she should be treated with more respect because she's a member, and I don't really think she was.
Yeah,
I think she was just a stand-in, and like that's what happens. I mean,
I didn't get that, but
that's why I'm like, okay, but it's a funny story and it's interesting.
Yeah.
But like,
she's definitely
I'm not
a character.
Surprised that this happened, and that's why Marsha doesn't even want to talk about it because she's like, I know, she was there for 2 seconds. She was a hire.
I got a son.
She was a contractor.
she did a 1080 easy. She's an independent contractor.
Yeah, I feel like that's what she's like. I'm not even gonna talk about it. I have no emotional investment, and I didn't even talk to the girl. I bet you she didn't even talk to her.
I wish I remember. But I know it wasn't that deep if I don't remember what she said. Because I remember what she said about the original.
Yeah, because she was more invested in that. Yeah. So she has an emotional attachment to her. So that's why I feel like when people say she's arrogant, I could see that because her side of the story is she was a more important member and she deserved more respect. And then, Marsha's side of the story is like, okay, yeah, she was there. Okay, and next question. Yeah.
Still a fan. Still follow her on IG. IG.
Good for you.
I just feel like anytime anybody's confident, anytime, especially a black woman, then it turns into arrogance. I see that a lot.
I don't know. There are lots of black women who are confident that I don't consider to be arrogant. Like, for instance, I don't consider Michelle Obama to be arrogant, and she's confident. Even Beyonce comes off very confident, and I don't feel like she comes off arrogant, even though she might be, but she doesn't come off that way.
But they don't have like a loud personality like Amanda does. Amanda has a loud personality, so I think that also kind of aids into people thinking that she can be, arrogant and conceited. Because she's very, loud with whatever she has to say.
I find Tiffany Haddish to be quite loud, but I don't see her coming off as arrogant.
But she's more of like a comedic situation, kind of like a Cardi B, like kind of loud.
Amanda Seales is a comedian
comedy.
too. Oh, who? Wait. Amanda Seales is a comedian too. What do you think about her comedy?
She's hit or miss with me. Hit or miss.
I've never seen her stand up. What does she talk about?
Got men, being black.
You sound like
cause you.
I think you like the way Amanda looks. You're when I asked you, like, what do you think about how she sings? Well, she's not the best singer. What about her comedy? She talks about black men.
She talks about
but she looks good though.
She's cute. I don't think she looks
good. I bet you she's cute.
She's cute.
I bet you think she looks cute because, like, when it comes to she helps black people. How does she help black people?
So what if she was ugly? I'm supposed to not be on her side and down her more? Because
I'm just
partially do comedy and partially sing.
No, it's just funny because it's like I'm asking you, like, what do you think about like all of the things that she has accolades for? Well.
That's my opinion.
No, I like your opinion. Go ahead. So her comedy, she just talks about men and being black.
Yeah, because she's definitely proud of her heritage and proud of who she is, and she does like this song that I wasn't familiar with, but that's probably because I only had one black person in the household to teach me black shit, and they only teach me black shit. But I love you anyway. So I didn't get some of the stuff she was saying. But
oh, really? Like what song? There was a song about what song?
Keep talking.
Oh wow. Well, I wish I knew that song. Maybe it was like the Black National Anthem.
Yeah,
like which I have to say, most black people do not know the words to the Black National Anthem, which is not really something that I could say I'm surprised about. I can't think of a time that I would be taught. There wasn't like a class in school. I can't even say that it came on a TV channel and they said, here are the words, or it was in a book. But you know,
But her audience knew everything.
Oh, that's good. Well, she has a following and stuff like that, so I've never seen her comedy. What do you think about Tiffany Haddish's comedy?
Her early stuff was hilarious.
Really? What did she talk about?
She talks about like her past and sex and guys. I don't know. It was really really funny. It was like more free. I think I've only seen one. She has a stand up on Netflix right now, but I haven't seen it. But I don't know. I really haven't seen her in stand up except for the old stuff. To be honest with you. So.
What do you think about Ali Wong?
But I don't like her comedy in the movies. I liked her in Last OG, but that's probably because she's more like calmed down. But her in what's
Night
that?
School?
No, she's good in Night School. The other one, where she plays a ratchet friend.
Oh, you mean
with
Girls
Queen
Trip?
Latifah. Yeah, I didn't.
Wait, was Queen Latifah in Girls Trip?
Yeah, it was Queen Latifah, Tiffany,
and Jada Pinkett.
Regina, and Jada Pinkett. Yeah. What I think about Ali Wong, I don't think she's funny. I want to like her, but I like her. I liked her in she had a movie on Netflix. I liked her in that.
Yeah, that movie was really cute.
Yeah, it was cute, right? But she's not funny to me.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Ali Wong?
Absolutely.
She is married to the son of Dr. Fad.
Who's Dr. Fad?
You don't remember Dr. Fad? He had a TV show. I think it came on regular TV where he like would do science experiments and stuff like that. It was a kids show, and he would teach you how to make like Play-Doh or slime, and like it was like a really kooky little TV show.
Never saw it.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I guess I'm the only one who used to watch stuff like that. Did you used to watch Vincent Price?
Vincent Price what?
What do you mean Vincent Price what? That's his name.
I know, but
he had a show on Disney Channel, I think, where he would tell scary stories or something like that. I guess it was just me. Did you used to watch like any of the educational shows that came on PBS when you're sick from school?
I watched Sesame Street. I watched Pinwheel. I watched that's all I can remember right now.
3-2-1 Contact.
3-2-1 Contact. I watched that.
And you never seen Dr. Fad? And then there was another show about like being like into science, and it was like a computer. It was like some computer robot that would like teach these kids how to do chemistry. I used to love shows like that. I don't know why. I was into science a lot, I guess.
You're in the wrong profession. You should have went.
That's what I did. I kind of like, that's what I studied in school was math and science. That was something that I kind of have a strong point for. But I hate
it until later on in life. Go ahead.
I have other interests, though.
Yeah. Good for you.
Well, anyway, Ali Wong, her comedy, I found it to be offensive to Asian men.
Why do you find it offensive?
It was, because she would like really like throw Asian men under the bus in her comedy, and then I figured, oh well, like until I found out that she was married to a Japanese. I think he's half Japanese, half white, and I was like, oh okay, all right, she's at least married to a Japanese man, because I was like feeling like she was married to a white guy and she just didn't like Asians at all. Like that's how I was feeling. The way her comedy was, I was like, does she even like Asian people? Because she's like being mean.
I think in the second one that she had when she was pregnant the second time is when she let us know that she was married to the Japanese guy. I think so, but I don't think in comedy comedians don't throw anybody under the bus because it's comedy. It's an art form. They should talk about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. If you feel that way, I don't know, it's kind of like oversensitive.
Well, no, but if you're only talking negatively about Asian men,
that's all she knows.
That's weird.
That's what her comedy is like. You know, some people go on jokes, some people go on their personal real life.
Yeah, but she was talking like it seemed she was talking about it as if white men were better, and then like so I really felt that she was with a white guy. Like for some reason, like I'm not the only one. Everyone was getting that impression. But then she's not with a white guy, so it was like, well, where is this coming from?
So then it made it more, I guess more not better, but it made it more like more calmer that she's with the Japanese dude because she can talk about this shit. It's like when Gary Owens could talk about.
I didn't feel that way.
Gary Owens is talking about black women and black people because you know his wife is black and he hangs around black people.
It just made me feel like she was pandering to white people when I found that out. I was like, oh, she's just pandering.
I think that's just her comedy. That's what she knows. That's what she's experienced and examined. So that's what she's gonna go in.
I wish I could say that because I watched her last comedy special and she didn't talk negatively about Asian people at all. She talked about being a woman and being, you know, having a baby and being pregnant, and it was hilarious and it wasn't offensive.
Well, sometimes you gotta start some here and elevate here. Like I like Nikki Glazer, but her last stand-up was all about her pussy.
Wait, who?
Nikki Glazer, this white. She's a white chick.
Did you find it funny or interesting?
Some things were funny, yeah. Something and it's interesting, but then it was like it got tedious after a while. It's like how many times you go rap about money and bitches? You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like I can't listen to this rap music anymore on the radio because it's the same fucking shit with just a different day. You know what I mean? So with her, I like her and she's really funny. But this special was it's just about pussy, about her pussy and shit like that. And I was like, dude, can you turn and go somewhere else? But I guess that was a theme and that was fine. And it was funny. So I
did enjoy Arsenio Hall's Netflix special. It was very, very good. And I never seen Arsenio Hall stand up before.
Me neither. I never have
in all these years. So like I bet he was really, really great. Younger. And he kind of strikes me as someone who can do like very safe comedy, like
Sinbad.
Yeah, like he which I feel that's very talented. Like that means that you don't have to be in the dark side. You don't have to be in the smut and dirt to make things funny. You can talk about normal stuff and it's funny and entertaining.
Like Seinfeld.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Are you anticipating Eddie Murphy's comeback?
I mean, he's at a very interesting space because I know he did the My Name is Dolomite.
And he really doesn't have to do stand-up at all.
He doesn't have to do stand-up, but I think he has a lot of money, and I think it would be great if he produces some content, like movies or shows, and just make even more money with his perspective. I know they are doing another Coming to America.
Yep.
And Arsenio Hall talked about it a little bit briefly in his comedy special.
Okay.
But it sounds like that they're not very much involved in it. Like somebody else took the reins. Which, speaking of, at least they're part of it. But how do you feel about Issa Rae wanting to do Set It Off, or they're going to do Set It Off?
I don't think they should call it Set It Off. I think they should just do another film that just happens to have 4 black women robbing a bank. Like, why do you gotta say it's Set It Off again? It's so stupid.
But like, it's funny because
it's not a sequel to Set It Off. If it's a sequel to Set It Off, then I say
it's not
Set It
gonna be
Off
a sequel.
To, a new
it's
decade.
It's a remake. It's a reboot.
No, just do the movie.
It's gonna be about stealing cryptocurrency.
That has nothing. Yeah, that's not a reboot. That's another movie that just happens to have 4 black women. God dang! Why does it have to be a reboot?
I don't think they need to reboot Set It Off. And like Vivica Fox had something to say about it, and then some people were like saying, like, I found this comment very interesting. So I was reading a comment from a white man who probably never even seen Set It Off before, who said, well, at least it gives black actors more opportunities to act. And I was thinking, well, so would a whole new film.
Yeah.
And it also gives the opportunity for black writers to actually write, and maybe a black director to actually direct it.
Oh my God! Why does everything have to be rebooted? Like, did that Boomerang show ever come out? It's like a TV series. One I think Lena Wraith is connected to.
I don't know.
They had the cast and everything.
I
think they did. I think they had the season.
Oh wait, already. No, there was. I didn't watch it. I don't think it's on TV anymore.
I think it got canceled.
Yeah, I think it got canceled
because it's a bad idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop remaking shit. Just make new shit.
Yeah, you can make new stuff.
We're so creative, y'all. Like, fuck that.
And guess what? I know we have a lot of stuff that we probably have in the what do they call it? In the crates that can be made. On the shelf. But, you know, the powers that be probably only want these movies to come out because we know these movies have a track record of working. So
look, we
make a movie, but like set it off, but not set it off, but like set it off.
We live in LA. There's a lot of creative people out here that have great stories. We have Tyler Perry in Atlanta who has his own fucking studio. We have a lot of people who are up in positions now that can make things possible. Let's get these scripts. Let's get these new people a chance. Black, brown, white, yellow, red, whatever. And let's get these movies done. Let's stop rebooting shit. You don't gotta reboot shit. There's like 1 million people in fucking Los Angeles and New York and all this shit.
All right.
Stop trying to make up your own shit. Give these people an opportunity. Read the script. See what's up. I know you can buy the scripts. Put some money in their pocket and alter it. Whatever the fuck you have to make it work.
Well, they did, and they probably hired all white cast.
For what?
For those scripts.
If we can focus on black people, yeah, black people. We have a lot of creative black people. You know what I'm saying? Who need a chance, and they got an agent. They're doing everything right or whatever. Give them a fucking chance. We don't need to reboot old movies. We're so creative. We got other ideas.
I'm a little bit scared to see the Coming to America.
I'm not, because this is a sequel.
I feel like it's gonna be not adequate.
I just want to see it. I don't care. It could have the worst reviews. I'm still gonna watch it.
And this is why they reboot movies, because of what you just said. There's
this is not a reboot. This is a sequel.
I know, but because a lot of people have that because people have that attitude, I don't care. I'm just gonna watch it anyway. And that's why you're
rebooting a movie that was great when it was fantastic. You're rebooting it with new people and a new fucking storyline that copies the old one for no fucking reason. And you're gonna reboot that,
and it could be
Love Jones,
complete trash.
New Jack City. It's not the same.
And it could be complete trash, but they already know they're going to have a built-in audience that's going to want to look at it to see what it looks like, to see if they did it right or did it wrong.
I hear what you're saying.
They're going to talk about it. Right. And if it fails, then they're like, see, that's why these movies don't work out.
You're not Star Wars, okay? It's not. It's a horrible idea.
If it was Star Wars, they would have put more money in it.
It's a horrible idea.
Well, what kind of story would you like to see?
I like to hear a story that has black people in it, but not dealing with black issues. That would be a cool. That'd be a breath of fresh air.
What's a non-black issue?
Like, let's say, have you seen that Las Vegas movie with that's about card counting? This group of kids got hired to count cards. They made two.
I did hear about it, but I didn't watch it.
I forgot who was in it. But the guy who's Lex Luthor in Justice League is in it. I forgot his name. He played Mark Zuckerberg too on the Facebook movie.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Anyway, he's in Zombieland.
The one that looks really young.
1 and 2. Anyway, that would be cool if that was an all black cast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That would be fucking tight. You know what I'm saying? And not presented as a black movie, just a fucking movie. I would like to see us do movies like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, Love Jones was very pro-black and very blackish, but it didn't like say we're black. You know, it's just you just knew it was a black movie because there's black people in it, and it's called Love Jones because we say Love Jones.
And it was just a story. Yeah.
It's just a fucking story, and it could have been a story with Asian people, could have been white people, could have been Indian, Native American, whatever. It was just a Mexican. It was just a movie about love and trying to make it work. You know what I'm saying? And it could have been replaced by any other culture. I like shit like that. Let's do that shit.
There was this movie I wanted to see. It was starring an Asian American and a Black American in a love story. There was a guy and a girl. The guy was Asian and the girl was Black. And she was about to move, and he was like, spend your last moments with me before you move and decide if you still want to move. And it looked real hot, and I wanted to see it.
This sounds familiar.
And I feel like it just disappeared. Like, they didn't really promote it or push it. Like,
it was an indie film.
No, it was in a theater. I remember it being in a theater, but it's just not even on Netflix. Like, I can't even watch it on Netflix if I wanted to.
It sounds so familiar. They were on the beach.
Yeah, she had curly hair, and they were like in New York City. It looked really cool. I don't know why I like movies. Like if you're going
movies?
To do interracial, how come interracial in the movies never exists without a white person? Like, why isn't it an Asian and a Black? Or why isn't it a Mexican and an Asian? Or why, like, that would be cool. Like exploring that, like, make that more of, like, you know, the casting decisions.
That would be dope to see Mexican and Asian, because that exists, you know.
Of course,
like,
it exists.
Yeah, like or like specifically like a Fiji woman dating a Black man.
Oh yeah.
That would be
so like
awesome.
Yeah, the Pan-Africanism is like so many options.
Yeah.
Like African. There was a movie that was put out by or written by this Nigerian guy where American girl falls in love with a Nigerian guy. That was pretty cool and interesting.
American, like, white girl?
No, she was Black American.
Okay.
So it was a Black American family and a Nigerian family that like came together because, you know, she was in love. But it was like interesting, and I'm like, those are good stories because there's a big difference in culture. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to cover.
Yeah, why can't we see? There's so, and I know probably somebody's, you know, written about that. I want to see. I was dating this Filipino young lady, and she was telling me about the story of her, one of her family members, I think her grandparents, used to be a prostitute, and in the Philippines, and she worked her way to do that to pay for her family to escape Philippines at the time, because I think there was a war going on. So she used that money to ship her kids to America, and now she lives in Florida. And I was just thinking, like, what if there's she's in Florida and she's just telling her kids about when she was, you know, in the Philippines and the war and all that. Some people don't know that there was a war. You know, Americans were there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like how she made money and try to, free her kids from this bullshit and send them to America. And then how they Philippines deal with racism in America. You know what I'm saying? Because they were called niggas too. What I'm saying? And they were slaves, and they were not hired, but they were slaves to build the railroads too and shit, and another shit. You know what I mean? And then their mixed cultures of, you know, the Spanish and the Mexicans and all that other shit in their history. But I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that would be really cool to like dive into and really understand, because America is a melting pot. So there are a lot of different cultures that came here, and they have different experiences that have not been displayed on the screen.
So we could do it. I mean, Crazy Rich Asians, Joy Club, you know, fucking Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Like, they're making money. They make money. You know, like, fuck. I want to see a Filipino story. You know like, you've seen the Black, you've seen the Mexican, you've seen the white, you've seen what else? Fucking, you know, you see now we're on Asians, and we need more Asian stories. We need more Pacific Island stories. That would be just.
Because there's Korean, there's Chinese,
Japanese. There's subdivisions of Asia. You know, I'm Taiwanese. There's Thai, the Cambodian, Laos, Hmong. That would be a cool story to see, a Hmong story and how they, integrate into America or Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's stories here that can be told, man. There's a movie out now called Goop that's on Netflix. You know, people with the Koreans versus the Black during the riots. That's a good movie to watch. You know what I'm saying? We need more movies like
riots?
that.
The LA riots?
Yeah. It was depicted in that area. Yeah. So, you know, we need more of those movies. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a movie about. It'd be cool to see a movie about Koreatown and how, you know, the first generation Koreans came here and then got into Catholic religion, and how you know what I'm saying, instead of going their own religion and bringing it here to America, they got swooped up into white American European religion. I mean, explore that shit. There's so many stories. Anyway, whatever.
So, do you have like the worst movie you ever seen before?
Fat Beach. And I lightweight don't like Idiocracy, but I get the underlaying about that movie, but I hate that movie too.
Wait, what? Would you say the
Idiocracy?
Oh, the Idiocracy of Fat Beach.
No, Idiocracy is a movie I hate too.
Oh,
but there's a subline like message in it, but it's that movie's so dumb. So Fat Beach and then Idiocracy. I can't stand. What about you?
There's like these movies, like remember that movie that I think The Artist was based off of? It was a guy who I think was Russian. He was taking acting classes in San Francisco, and he had all this money, and he produced his own film.
Oh, then it
James
was Franco
like,
did it?
Yeah. So so that was based on the and
you watched the original?
Horrible. It was so random, but it kind of reminded me of YouTube before it was YouTube. And then there was another movie. Oh my god, I am so embarrassed to say it, but a couple of movies were really bad. Came from the San Francisco area, but there was another movie. This wasn't based in San Francisco, but it was called The Birdist. It had to do with birds. So it was this Korean guy who made this movie. I feel like he made it in the Bay Area about these birds that attacked people. It was like this white family, and they were like getting attacked by birds, and then all of a sudden the birds went away. It was just really weird and strange, but like they have cult followings. Like these movies have cult followings.
Yeah, the bad movies have cult followings. Like I watched Toxic Avenger. It wasn't the best acting movie, but it has a little wit and funny and charm. You know it's bad because it's a B movie. I like all those B movies. Like I know they're corny and not really good. Even like blaxploitation shit, like watching Dolomite do karate. You know what I mean? He's not connecting, but you still watch it. It's funny and it's good. You know what I'm saying? It has this charm because when it was made. You know what I'm saying? And what the budget was. They didn't have like a large budget, so they work with what they had. At least they made the movie. Some motherfuckers want to wait for 10 years to make a movie because they don't have money. You know what I'm saying? Just fucking make the movie. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
That sounds personal.
No comment.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. We don't need $10,000. We got $10. Let's make this movie.
I think my patience is different now, so like I just don't have the patience to watch bad movies or boring movies or movies that are not interesting to me. Like if I put on a movie and I find myself wanting to do the dishes, then that means maybe this movie isn't for me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough out there. Especially out here. I've seen people out, doing independent stuff, and then I see people doing big stuff out here. And they have like the whole fucking coyote trailer shits, and then I see independent people with like 5 people shooting one person on the side of the street. It's do what you gotta do.
Yeah, well,
we're in Los Angeles. Nobody gives a shit. We're all used to it now.
I get the twist on like why reality is popular and why it's popular with like people who put together shows, because it's like they can be a little bit lazier, like with putting together. Like I feel like they watch these people interact with each other, and then the storyline comes up later. Like they'll push to make the storyline a certain way. It's like, okay, it does make good TV because things are unpredictable, because when people have these pressure from these different angles, they snap and they do things that are like, oh my god, I didn't know that was gonna happen, but it's very interesting. It reminds me of like the Truman Show. Like,
yeah, I like that movie.
Like it's definitely we are in the day and the age of Truman Show, except for people know that they're on TV or know that they're filming themselves.
Yep. We need attention. We all need attention. We all like to be. I mean, Can you imagine being who you are with no fans and then doing YouTube channels or shooting a movie or, having episodes or doing a podcast, and then suddenly 6 months to 3 years, you have this big following and you're going to conventions and people want to listen to you and you have like 10,000 followers or views and fans, and one of your videos go viral and you're an ordinary dude or woman or whatever, and then your life changes because a YouTube episode went viral or something, or you went viral on IG or some shit.
Like the girl who lives in her van.
Yeah, she came out of nowhere. She's fine as fucking cute, but it's like
she is so cute.
She is beautiful.
And she's from Sacramento. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's from Sacramento. I think she went to Elk Grove High, and her family still lives out there.
I mean, look at her. Yeah, and then like her first fucking YouTube episode got 1 million views. We're over that now. So, and now she's like a sensation just because she's some fine ass black chick in the van.
Would you ever live in a van?
Yes, if the zombie apocalypse happened, yeah, sure.
You wouldn't say, I'm sick and tired of paying rent, I'm just gonna live in my vehicle.
It would depend. I don't know, where's my money coming from? How am I making money?
Well, you don't have to make that much money to live in your vehicle, do you?
Yeah, I need to eat. Sheesh, I gotta eat.
Well, if you
I know I could do it.
You could cut down your expenses. You could still work at the same job you work, and then you don't have to pay.
Still stay here and not travel.
You don't have to have this. You don't have to pay rent anymore because you just pay for gas and maintenance and car insurance and Wi-Fi.
I don't know if I could do that because it get cold. It get hot.
Well, when you're in the van, you can rig your.
When it's cold, it gets cold.
You can rig it to
make it like
to make
AC
it.
And shit?
Yeah, it'll have AC or fan
I could do it.
or heat through solar panels.
I
don't know. You could even if you look all around LA, there are so many Sprinter vans, mobile homes.
I could do it.
There's a lot of people living in their vehicle. Like you see it all the time. You just probably never noticed it.
I sell my collection of shoes.
Yeah, that's your money.
And still work. I think I could do it. I just be worried about my location and have to move all the time. But I think that's probably some small shit.
Or what if you just put your van in the same neighborhood you already live in?
No, I had to leave here because I would hate to see. I'm the kind of guy who hates to see somebody take over what I used to be in. Like even my cubicle. I don't want to see somebody else in my cubicle.
That would bother you.
It would bother me for a few months. So I'd probably leave.
The new tenant.
Yeah, because I don't want to see where I used to be. I don't want to be around it. I could probably, if I live in Montecito Heights, then I would move to Eagle Rock or Glendale or some shit.
That's it. Bye.
Okay, I don't know how to end this properly. This is leeBISHOP.
This is Erickamelani.
Bye.